Hey, getting very close to pulling the engine out. I'm hoping to do it today. We'll see. It's a real scorcher today. It's already like 85 degrees. It's 8:30 in the morning, and it's very humid. But I just want to try and get this done. So, hit a few wrinkles, a few bumps, of course. That's just the way it goes. But I'll show you what I'm doing and what I hope to accomplish today. So you can see I've got pretty much everything off the engine. I've got it all unbolted. I've got it unbolted from the transmission. I had originally hoped to just be able to hook onto the engine and hoist it up, pull it on out. I would have to move it over so that it would unmate from the transmission. But if you take a look at that pressure plate and flywheel assembly and all that, that's at least 4 inches deep, maybe 5. That would all have to come free of the lip of the transmission. And I don't think I have that much room over here. So what I'm going to need to do, sadly, is remove both drive shafts and pull these out as a unit, which makes me very sad. But okay, you're in for a dime, you're in for a dollar. It's just time to rock and roll. So that's what I'm going to do. So an hour and 20 minutes in, I've managed to get the first drive shaft out of here, and what happened was when I tapped it out, I had to unbolt the control arm, which was a real treat to remove, and then the drive shaft just started once I tapped it out of the hub here, the drive shaft just started dangling by the rubber boot, which I cut away, and the drive shaft fell apart. So apparently the thing was in need of servicing or replacement. When I realized I was going to have to remove the CV shafts yesterday, I went ahead and went out to Rock Auto and ordered some. They'll be here in 2 days. So anyways, I can't get the last part of the shaft out of the transmission, but you know what? I don't think it's needed at this point. That will clear, should clear the thing. So I'm going to go ahead and try and hoist the engine in a little while. And on Tuesday, when the drive shafts get here, that's when I'll put this side back together. So, you know, it'll just have to dangle. There's no stress on anything. All I did was remove the control arm and loosen this. They're not even out. But that gave me enough wiggle room that I was able to remove the drive shaft. So all those YouTube vids that say, thou shalt remove the caliper and the disc and remove the strut and remove the sway bar and remove the control arm. No, just unbolt the control arms. I just proved it. On a 99 at least, you can just undo them bolts, horse them out, wiggle it because this thing's been loosened, and away you go. So there it is. I'm going to remove the last motor mount, start hoisting, and then I'll be discovering what other things have hidden from me that are still holding it in, and I'll just eliminate those one by one till I can lift this sucker free. I'm going to try and not remove the drive shaft on the driver's side. I'm thinking once I get it lifted a little bit, I can get that thing to pop out and just leave it in situ. That's my plan. Maybe it's a disaster waiting to happen, but that's what I'm going to do. Now, as you can see, the engine's out, finally. It only took 5 hours. There's a reason why guys in their 60s don't pull engines out of Volvos. It's kind of strenuous. But it's out. It's out. I don't think I damaged anything that I want to keep. In the end, I did have to pull both drive shafts out, or it wouldn't have come. There was one soft mount in the back that I missed. There was one bolt. So I actually cut that last mount with a Sawzall. Tomorrow I will clean the engine bay, break the transmission apart from the engine, and begin remounting it in there. I can't put the wheels, put the control arms and all that back together because both of those were shot, or one, you know, one was definitely shot, the other one might be iffy. Not surprising after 25 years and 180,000 miles. They're a wear item, right? So I'll just throw some new ones in, new drive shafts, and that's checked off. I can now get to the steering rack very easily. So you can see there's the steering rack, and it does look okay. I don't see any leaking, but what I really want to do tomorrow is just clean the hell out of this compartment, hit any rusting stuff with the rust consolidant, let that dry, and then hit it with red paint as well. I want, you know, it should be a good looking engine bay or motor bay, because there's going to be an electric motor in there. And then I'll mount the transmission back where it was, rehook the shifter. Turns out that the clutch hydraulic line was just, it basically crumpled when I started flexing it. So that would need to be replaced anyway. I'm going to just, for now, find a way to cap it. Since it does use brake fluid. Hopefully all my brake fluid isn't leaking out right now. I did crimp it and stuffed it in that hole there to keep it from all leaking out. That's about it for the day. I'll come back tomorrow and do some more, and then we'll see where we're at after that. Thanks. So it's the next day, and I've gotten the transaxle separated from the engine. That was a nightmare. That was supposed to take 5 minutes. It took almost an hour. Fortunately, the transaxle only weighs about 80 pounds, so it's within my range of being able to lift. So yeah, I'm going to take the pressure plate and clutch off and this flywheel off for a future implementation where I actually have a clutch working on this electric car, and then I can get higher top speeds and better takeoffs and all that. But for now, we're just going to attach the motor directly to the transaxle. Next chore this morning, before I bag it for the day and take a little time to rest, is to clean up the motor compartment. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second. So here's before. Everything's greasy, dirty, messy. I'm now going to clean this up and get it ready to start installing stuff. So there's the after. I touched up parts of the car that Volvo never bothered to paint. They laid primer down and then didn't paint it red, because I guess if you can save $2 per car and you sell 1 million cars, that's enough to justify it. But I painted them wings red. I'm going to paint that subframe. That's just bare aluminum. I'm going to paint that a flat black. Just to protect it a little bit. This is Minnesota, they do salt the roads. But this motor bay is basically ready to start working in. So next video will be me struggling with starting to place all the gear, and that'll be that. Talk to you later.